Hello everybody, this is my thoughts on Chapter 5, Personnel Practices, and I'll go into Chapter 6 a little bit later. Some of my basic thoughts and observations were that personnel matters are the biggest concerns of the executive officer of a music department. That includes evaluating personnel, recruiting personnel, retaining personnel, etc. Identifying a search committee is the first biggest concern in filling a vacancy. So the personnel, that's another personnel concern. The people that are on the search committee is the most important thing when you're looking for people to fill a vacancy. The search committee chair is either the department chair or someone in the specific area which the vacancy exists. For example, if there were somebody, if the vacancy were somebody teaching a woodwind methods course, it might be beneficial for the saxophone professor to be the search committee chair, because they might just be a little bit more informed and have some better questions to ask than people that are in other areas of expertise. Some things that surprised me, or things that I would not have thought of before reading this, were that there should always be mixed genders on a search committee and include at least one minority. However, that makes really good sense. I would not have thought of it on my own, but it makes very good sense. Interview questions are intended to see how the candidate thinks. So not just assessing their content knowledge, but also assessing their ability to think on the spot. In higher education, data must be collected in order to recommend someone for continued employment. I thought this was disturbingly surprising, because I think if somebody is obviously doing a great job, if their students are growing, I feel like they should be able to be recommended for continued employment without the supervisor having specific data in order to justify them being recommended for continued employment. It also surprised me that it was rare for personnel to leave a university in order to pursue a position at another university, just because turnover happens pretty often in K through 12 education, just for different situations. People sometimes move from one school to the next, but I guess it doesn't happen as often in higher education. The search committee must have uneven members. I wouldn't have thought of this. 5 is the most common. I would have thought it would have been less than that, but that was the ideal number of opinions. The use of general language in job description when posting it online is something that this book recommended, and that's for the intention of not scaring potential interviewees off with just an overwhelming amount of information on the job description. I guess that can be talked about in person at the interview. The average number of candidates that come to the school campus for an interview is 3. I thought it would have been higher than this. A question that the interviewer should always think about is, does this candidate have something different to offer? Chapter 6, Faculty Development. Basically, this book is suggesting that faculty in general at higher education specifically do not pursue as many opportunities for faculty development, and their universities don't provide them with enough opportunities for that. Quotation, no teacher training program can possibly prepare a teacher for every emergency or for every situation. I think that just emphasizes to us that faculty development is really important, because although we learn a lot in undergrad, the authentic situation presents challenges for us that we never would have thought of. Just for time concerns, I'm going to go ahead and just show you guys these last couple slides very briefly. Alright, and that is my video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great weekend.